Shabbat, Shalom, Sabbath peace, Yom Kippur, Day of Atonement, or Ha Yom HaKippurim, the Day of Atonements. Shalom Laha Alahayim, peace to the gods. Nawathan, Kal, Halalim La, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha, Hakodash, giving all praises to Yahweh, in the name Yahweh Shai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors unto the elder apostles, the elder bishops, and the head elders of all the camps of Great Millstone GMS who do well, who have learned this 100% truth from, or the true leaders of all Israel today. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered abroad, the house of David. This is your brother's house of Panya, the GMSDC camp, out of one Ratazah, Lord willing. This quick hit, spiritual commentary, digital epistle, is edifying to the elect. So I have another MOTB update. Was quoting the book of Habakkuk. Let's go get that again real quick. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 3. And it reads, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time." The vision is the prophecy. Okay? And you know what that reminds me of? Let's go to the book. I think it's Proverbs. Let's see. I want to say 28 and 18, but vision. Salakia. Proverbs 29 and 18. No. Yeah, Proverbs 29 and 18. It says, "Where there is no vision, the people perish, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he." So keeping that in mind, when there is no vision, the people perish. What is the vision? The vision is the prophecies. Let's go into that word vision real quick. Go into the word vision in the Hebrew is chazawan. All right. Oracle, prophecy. Okay, there we go. So when we go back to Habakkuk 2 and 3, for the vision is yet for appointed time. The appointed time is now, because we're measuring thou the time diligently in itself. 2 Esdras 9 and 1. So the prophecy is happening now as we speak, referring to the global mandate of the RFID subdermal implant, okay, which is the MOTB, Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 on down. Okay, but the point that I was making with the Proverbs scripture is because it says when there is no vision or when there is no prophecy, who speaks the prophecies? The prophets. Okay, the people perish. So when the prophets is taken off of the street corners, taken off of the internet through the famine of the word, through the spirit of power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, all right, that's when judgment is going to come. So I was going to title it, the MOTB is going to come quicker than you think, okay? Because we don't have a very long time, all right, until they push this thing, man. This crisis that everybody's talking about that is needed in order to bring in the new system, all right, could happen in months, okay? Before the election, it's not likely, through the spirit. At the election or right after the election, but 2025 is going to be an MF, okay? It says, "But at the end it shall speak," and see, it's speaking. It is speaking. And how is it speaking? Really through the prophets. The prophets is being the watchmen, showing you what they're doing, because people don't know what's going on in the world, okay? And not lie, because the Lord is not a man that he shall lie. Though it tarry, all right, though it seems like it's being patient, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. It's not going to be patient. It's going to be quick in its doing, because Yahweh Shah said he's going to Yahweh Bashem Yahshua, the days is going to be shortened. So without further ado, this is the Working Money channel talking about Ripple XRP. And if you've been watching my channel, I've been talking about XRP a lot. Okay. Ripple, which is the infrastructure. Okay, XRP is the coin. All right. Ripple has been working with central banks to create CBDCs. Okay, XRP is the first coin to work with the department um, for the new standard ISO 222, meaning they're the ones that are the first country to voluntarily become regulated by the government. Okay, and you're going to see what Catherine Fitz is talking about, because she made a prediction about 4 years ago, which is going to be talked about in this video, which I've done videos on already. So this thing is is cut and dry. If you can't see what the MOTB is, the Lord's not dealing with you. All right. So without further ado,
on top of that, there's the ISO 20022 standard now that they all have to implement, so on and so forth.
So notice, so there's a standard which goes with SWIFT. All right, SWIFT is the westernized, how would you say, the not the department, but the regulations that all countries, based on the US dollar being the world reserve currency, which is dying of that status, or died of that status as we speak, is using SWIFT. For instance, like with Russia, when everything was going on with the Russia-Ukraine thing, the sanctions was onto Russia that they can't be a part of the SWIFT anymore. So you're getting ousted by world trade. Hence why they ramped up the acceleration of the big BRICS Plus, because they are trying to create a world trading bloc. All right, it is their EU, so to speak. Okay.
So this is interesting. The pain points of banking have definitely been apparent. And as we're seeing dollar dominance recede, I thought it would only be appropriate to bring this clip to you guys next from Black Swan Capitalist Versan. Former Goldman Sachs executive says central banks are dragging the dollar just long enough to bring in this new financial system. Now, guys, if you do not know who this is Catherine Austin Fitz. Here's what she says about dollar dominance. Listen to this.
For many decades, the dollar has been the reserve currency. And the system is what I would describe as long in the tooth. And the central bankers are trying to bring in a new system, but it's not ready to go yet. And what we're in a period of great change and uncertainty, where the central bankers are trying to keep the dollar system going and accelerate. So they're trying to lengthen the dollar system, and then they're trying to accelerate bringing in the new system.
And remember, the apostles always talked about pressure from above, pressure from below. So we're coming into this critical point. Okay, so while things seem like, oh, it's taking long, Esau, hurry up, do what you got to do, which is really the father, according to his own time, setting up them puzzle pieces. Remember with Daniel and the angel took 3 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, because he was dealing with the prince of Persia, the king of Persia, Cyrus, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me, roughly paraphrasing here, because the Lord has things setting up the way he wants to. Okay, but on that one end, all right, they are also accelerating the technology regarding with the infrastructure that is going to be all digital. So it's all coming into a very quick close.
So I describe the new system as the end of currencies. So we're not bringing in a new currency. We're essentially bringing in a new transaction system that will be all digital and essentially end currencies as we know them.
So it's still going to be a fiat-based thing. You see what I'm saying? It's not no new currency. It's just a new transactional system. So basically, you're still going to be slaves to the dollar, to the contracts under the international banking families, just like you are now, just on a digital platform, which is going to give them more control over you. Okay? The new frontier, I was watching AMTV, just like Esau, he already have the whole world. Job 9:24 says the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. Okay, so he has the whole world by the sword. All right, his military. The only next frontier that he has to manifest destiny, all right, is your land, your body. Okay.
So what they're trying to do involves essentially all the money on the planet. So it's big, it's complicated, it's messy.
All the money on the planet, guys. Did you hear what she said there? That would include tokenizing anything of value. Okay, so tokenizing real estate. And I mean, we're moving away from money and the concept of traditional money and moving into everything of value. So If you want to sell a slice of your real estate to somebody, let's say you have a 6-block apartment building and you want to slice that up into 6, you can say, okay, a sixth of this, I want to put this on the blockchain and I will sell one apartment and the transaction can go on the blockchain. Even if you own the building, you can now fractionalize that. So this is this whole concept. So even money will be an antiquated idea if this potential future does materialize. Now, guys, this brings me back to an older video I did back a couple of years ago with Catherine Austin Fitts describing the plan that central bankers have for XRP integrated control. Listen.
Notice, all right, now this is the point. Listen up. This is the whole point of this video. Okay, notice how he said that Catherine Austin Fitts, which I've known for a while now, all right, has the central banker's plan. Now the scriptures say when 2 or 3 witnesses, you can establish a thing, roughly paraphrasing. Okay, Richard Werner, the German, the Teemanite economist, says the same thing. Hers is just a little bit more detailed. Richard Werner said that UBI, Universal Basic Income, is the bait to the outcome of the Hegelian dialectic that the central bankers want you to have. And then he pointed, it's like this small, and it's about a grain as small as a grain of rice, and we all know what that is. He said it. Everybody knows it. If you kept up watching Great Millstone, now Catherine Austin Fitts now is saying a certain actual company that is trying to do the same thing. But notice the causing. It's the central banks causing it. Who are the central bankers? The elite, right? The international banking families. But what's their biblical nationality? They are Edomites, specifically of the chief tribe of Amalek. Okay? That's what we're saying. They are the wicked. They are the hated of the Most High, and they're doing this according to, the left-hand side of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, all right, to bring about this great hour of temptation, this period of time, to prove your loyalty and your servitude to who you serve, okay?
Listen to this. Then I came across this. Okay, this was April 6th, 2020. I came across this. Is the U.S. Navy paying a company to develop a chip that can integrate with Ripple? Let me play you guys this clip. And guys, I was scouring Twitter and saw this. So Ripple compatible chip development sponsored by the U.S. Navy. Yes, the U.S. Navy. Are they developing a chip that can be implanted into humans that will...
So why the U.S. Navy, right? Why not the Army, the Air Force, any other type of... And I was thinking and meditated on it. And yesterday I came to the conclusion, and if Elder Malcolm watching this, he knows, even Elder Apostle Tahar, he knows as well too. All right. When it comes to these devils, the Black's Laws Dictionary, understanding sovereignty, understanding legalese, understanding the ancient Roman Empire and their Latin language, okay, you have different laws. All right, we're under the UCC, which is the Uniform Commercial Codes, and right, and the fringes around the flag shows you that you're not under the law of the land. You're under the law of the sea, which is admirable maritime law. Okay, when you're born, you break your mother's water. Her water breaks. Okay, the earth is majority water, while your body is majority water. Okay, so have people thinking that they're of the law of the, because every land has a different law. All right, but everybody is under uniform of the law of the sea. Hence why I came to the conclusion. I'm like, okay, the U.S. Navy. So we're going to put everybody under this because we're going to have the unrighteous decrees, talking about the elite, to have everybody use a mandate that everybody's under that law of the sea, because it's all going to be connected to each other regarding the sea hip under your skin, which is your land. So they're going to be penetrating your land. Remember the scripture talk about what's the name? They try to name fields after their own names and all that. They're trying to own you. That's what you do when you take on a woman. You feel me? Isaiah 4:1, roughly paraphrasing, let us only be called by your name. So once they penetrate you, in a spiritual wicked sense through this chip, you see what I'm saying? They own you. All right. through the laws that they have already prescribed, all right, pre-written, okay? And that's why the Navy is the one to be pushing this with Babylon, because Babylon runs the world. The U.S. Navy is everywhere, all right? Ships and submarines and here, and everybody else lands, because it's very hard to, you could say this is a boundary of land, but you could barely say, oh, okay, you're in my water space. You see what I'm saying? Because of travel, you know?
allow people to pay via Ripple integrated DLT. Well, I gotta hand it to Kevin Cage because he was the first one to break this out. So Kevin Cage here with this video from Catherine Austin Fitts. She's an investment advisor and former assistant secretary of housing back in the Bush 41 years, according to Stewart XRP. So thanks so much to Stewart for.
So she's an insider, all right? She was the investment advisor and former assistant secretary of housing back in the Bush 41 years. She managed a $300 billion portfolio. So she's telling you what is to come, okay? Because of her having the clearance of hearing certain meetings and conversations on what is going to happen. Just like Richard Werner, the German economist, the professor in London.
Retweeting Kevin Cage's post here, and it is remarkable. Now, let's get back to this idea for a second here. Catherine Austin Fitts speaks about the Danish tech firm, and without sharing its name, says that a year ago she accessed data regarding the U.S. Navy, paying that firm to create an implantable microchip compatible with Ripple.
Now, remember, Ripple is the number one infrastructure distributed ledger technology company that is working with thousands of central banks around the world. The most central banks interactions is with Ripple. Okay, so this is why, you know, through the spirit of Caesar, man, you feel me, that Ripple is the infrastructure of how all these, and not only CBDCs. I'm starting to learn a lot more regarding these stable coins. Okay, because people have gotten into the understanding of what a CBDC is. But if a stable coin comes out, which is supposed to be tethered to a fiat, you know, paper currency, okay, 1-to-1, all right, they thinking, oh, we good there just because it's not coming from, what's the name? I think it's public, but it's going to be a public-private type of partnership. When it's, and essentially it does the same thing. It's programmable tokenization. They could they could do whatever they want to do to your money on your chip.
That's right, guys. She mentions Ripple, not XRP, but Ripple by name. In that video, Catherine Austin Fitts does not share any specific details and does not say whether this story has had any development. She did say, though, that she had extensive experience in doing business in Denmark, so the information from her can be trusted. I think this video was from here. I recently went to this website here, the Solari Report by Catherine Austin Fitts, and I believe it was taken from this USA Watchdog interview from back in February. I believe that's where it was from. If not, there are a few videos here with Catherine Austin Fitts being interviewed. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there, guys. I just recently went back to that Solari Report webpage, and I found that when clicking this link here, it leads me to this video now unavailable. And it's because the YouTube account associated with this video had been terminated. I don't know when that happened. Unfortunately, I do not have a copy of that video to show you guys, but it does look like this. Maybe we can find it. If you guys do find it, please do tag me on Twitter. I'd love to see this clip again. Essentially, though, I describe what is going on. The U.S. Navy paying a Danish company that can integrate with Ripple, and essentially what that means is pay via XRP. And again, this was April 2020, so kind of right at the beginning. I didn't see, maybe I was a little naive at that time. I did not see the writing was on the wall. So this video that I did a couple of years ago, jam-packed with information. I'm going to stop it there because I wanted to stick with this topic here, okay? The biometrics connection with the U.S. Navy, integrating with RippleNet technology.
Notice he said the biometrics connection. So when Elder Apostle Tahar always says, when they have the talking point of biometrics, it is literally talking about the MOTB, whether you can see it or not. And notice how he said when he first saw it, he used to be naive. So there's a lot of people that claim to know that they know things, and we're telling them, and then they're not going to see it either until later, or they've been got the bag or whatever it may be. The Lord giving them a strong delusion. I'm talking about Jake here. All right, but the ones that have gotten this right and has never changed since day one, all right, has been the apostles of Great Millstone, man, telling you what it is with authority, okay, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Yahweh Shai. The MOTB is the chip, man, and it's going to come quickly. This is the book of Amos 5:13. It says, therefore the prudent shall keep silence in that time, for it is an evil time. Evil is a compound word for Eve and ill. Eve being time, ill being bad. It is a bad time. That evil time is Jacob's trouble. All right. So the prudent, those that are wise, okay, is going to keep really the prophets, okay, is going to keep silence. All right, because one, they've been out there in the streets crying for so long, lifting up their voice like a trumpet, sparing not. All right, and if you don't want to hear, you want to hear forebear, it really don't matter. We're doing the job that was commanded to us to do. But the Lord is going to remove his prophets, remove his prudent, all right, remove the vision, and then that's when the people are going to start perishing, because the doors of mercy is going to close, man. All right, as long as his hand is stretched out, which who sits at his right hand, Yahweh Shai. All right, who is the body of Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai, the house of David, the elect, primarily the governing body, the 144,000, the prophets of men. All right, and they're out there calling out, being vessels for this of the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right.
This is something that Catherine Austin Fitts discovered. Fast forward to today. And I mean, these have been, ideas that she's had for a while now. We know the system is on the verge of collapse, but I did want to get back to that technology because I also happen to see this, guys, from Mr. Man. Tencent Cloud launches palm vein biometrics for contactless payments. Things that make you go, this just came out a couple of days ago. During the Tencent Global Digital Ecosystem Summit, Tencent Cloud.
Notice, global digital ecosystem. This whole system is going to be digital and it's going to be global. All right. So I don't, you can't get it. He causeth all, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma in their hand, right hand or in the forehead.
Unveiled a palm verification system that utilizes infrared cameras to capture and analyze unique palm vein patterns and prints. It can be integrated into various applications such as contactless payments and access management. Now, I do have to bring this up, guys, because this is relevant. From April 2018, Tencent, the $500 billion Chinese tech firm.
So it's a Moabite firm, and they're coming out with the palm vein contactless payment technology. So watch this.
Is ready to invest on Ripple technology.
So look, so you see how this all comes together? They all on the same board when it comes to this digital shit, man. You see what I'm saying? And remember, I forgot who said it. I think it was Santa Claus. All right, Cotton Swab. What's the name? China is like the prototype of the NWO, man. I mean, remember in the scriptures it says Moab is my washing pot. You see what I'm saying? So you use them for what they're designed for, what they're worth. You feel me? A lowly servant. So, hey, we got these agendas, this and then the third. We want you to try it out in that country, see how it works on those people, and then we're gonna eventually bring it out to the rest of the world, man, because they already have the social credit system out there. All right, all the extra technology cameras everywhere. All right.
Boom goes the dynamite. So could there be some kind of an integration here? I know we did hear about this already several years ago from a Danish fintech firm. Maybe this is one of those NDAs that, where we just don't know enough information. Could Ripple be dabbling in biometrics as per Catherine Austin Fitts? And even scarier than that, could this technology be licensed out to the Chinese through Tencent, through this Ripple connection? I don't know. It's all sounding very, very interesting. What I do know, and I wanted to bring this up again from Black Swan Capitalist here. I noticed when Catherine Austin Fitts was speaking here, he did bring up this slide. The documents show that Ripple has entered over 1,700 contacts with financial firms, So we do know for a fact that there are many NDAs still yet to be disclosed. That
Right. So there's non-disclosure agreements, and there's only so much shit that niggas could say because they have to. It's got to come out with a bang, so to speak. You know what I mean? So Lord willing, I was edifying to the elect. Lord willing, I could do another video. All right, on this Day of Atonement. All right, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. On to the next one. Shalom.